controversial draw. I was among the observers who thought you won that fight. I'm wondering now if you've gotten over it and are looking ahead.
Sure. I felt as though that it was a great experience with that fight. I still feel as though that I won the fight. I take nothing away from Vito Antuofermo. I feel as though today that I made the man. He's getting a lot of publicity, but also when you make him, then you destroy him. And I'm just looking forward to now fighting Loucif Hamani, and then the winner of this fight here is supposed to have a fight with Vito sometime in the future.
Vito Antuofermo has his next scheduled defense against Alan Minter, and it means that you could stand in line for maybe a couple of fights. Does that bother you?
Well, the thing is what I want to do. I want to show the public that I didn't get discouraged or anything after that fight there, and that I believe I am a champion the way that I told people. I'm right back to work, and I'm staying right on top of my game by fighting some of the best contenders in the world.
Okay, Marvin, we'll be back to talk to you more about your opponent in this afternoon's fight, and we'll return to Ken Squire at Daytona Beach after these messages.
The thing is that I do know that he's a boxer, as far as we understand, but that should be no problem to me behind the fact that I've been working with boxers, I've been working with punchers, I've been working with, good all-around good pros, So I feel as though that I fought some of the best contenders in the world, so he should fit somewhere in the category of one of them.
Well, Loucif Hamani may not be well known here in the United States. Marvin Haglar certainly is. You saw him here on CBS against Sugar Ray Seals. You saw him against Vito 6, displaying his impressive boxing skills.
Yeah, you notice his solid southpaw stance right away. That bothers a fighter like Hamani. Now there he is throwing a beautiful combination. He's a punishing puncher, and he can hurt you with any punch.
Well, for Marvin Haglar, kind of marking time. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy at ringside at the Civic Center in Portland, Maine. Marvin Haglar weighed in at 161. Loucif Hamani at 158 1/4. And Haglar brings in a record of 46 victories, 2 losses, 2 draws, including the controversial one against champion Vito Antuofermo. 38 knockouts to his credit. Hamani with only 21 fights, 12 knockouts. He lost his first fight and then won 20 more. And they are both 27 years of age. Marvin Haglar, born in Newark, New Jersey, now lives in Brockton, Massachusetts, as we see his record. Hamani, born in Igoufaf, Algeria, not far from the legendary Marcel Cerdan, who became the great French champion. And like Cerdan, he now resides in France, as Cerdan did during most of his boxing career. He is rated number 5 by the WBC, Haglar number 2, and number 1 by the WBA. The 10-point must system is in effect here in the state of Maine. Mandatory 8-count in effect. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect, but a fighter can be saved by the bell. Marvin Haglar in the red trunks, and we're underway now. This scheduled 10-round middleweight bout. Marvin Haglar hoping to get that title opportunity again. He's trying to leave the Antuofermo draw behind him and is willing to fight as many as necessary to get back at the championship. Hamani, coming over to the United States for his first important fight here, will, of course, be facing a tremendous opportunity to make himself better known throughout North America, and a victory over Haglar would certainly vault him right to the top of the middleweight ranks.
Both these fighters, Tim, look in very, very good condition. They both look like they're just cut out of rock. Very well-conditioned fighters. You know, Hamani has good credentials. He has 20 straight wins, but he's beaten some good Americans. He beat David Love, he beat Rudy Robles, and of course he had a win over Emil Griffith. He has credentials.
Has not been a real busy fighter, although he had 3 fights canceled last year that were scheduled to go. He trained for them, and for various reasons, they were canceled. One of them was against the veteran American Ronnie Harris, who fought for the championship. His last fight was an exhibition in September of 1979 against Jose Lozano of Spain, the fight taking place in Hamani's native Algeria. First round action.
Hamani is a good boxer. He's very, very fast. Now it's a question of whether his boxing skills will be diminished because of the fact that he's in with a southpaw. That's what you have to look for.
They match up very well physically, have almost identical builds, broad-shouldered, thick-chested, heavy thighs, both very strong and really almost mirror copies of body structure. Haglar 5'9" and a half. Hamani 5'9" and a quarter. A couple of pounds lighter. An enthusiastic group of Algerian students from colleges around Maine, Massachusetts, New England, some coming all the way from New York to support their countrymen. Makes his home in Paris. Less than a minute to go here in round 1. Almost typical feeling out round here. Neither fighter getting too close, throwing too many punches as they get a good look at each other.
Hamani so far is moving strictly to his left, which is really the way to fight a southpaw, especially a southpaw like Haglar. That's a punishing puncher. He keeps himself out of the range of that big straight left hand of Haglar's.
Less than 30 seconds in round one, scheduled for 10. 20-foot ring here, 8-ounce gloves in use.